Does the new South by Southwest thriller Cold Wallet go to the moon or does it crash and burn? Let's talk about it now. Hey everyone, it's David Stark from Watcher Pass. Today I'm talking about Cold Wallet, which premieres at South by Southwest on March 8th, 2024. It is a new thriller that involves meme stock and a heist. My hot take is I definitely think you should watch it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was a nice surprise for me. It is a tense indie thriller with a great cast, plenty of techno jargon, a good amount of drama, and plenty of callouts to the crypto world. I like this a lot more than I expected to, and I definitely think you should check it out. If you're at South by Southwest, definitely see it when it's out there. And if not, it'll probably run the festival circuit, so try to catch it if you can, but definitely keep an eye out for it because this one is a really good one. So all that being said, I'm going to tell you a little about the film, a few things I like, a few things I didn't like, and then really quickly go into the ending. As you can imagine, there will be spoilers in the ending section. If you don't know what happens in this movie, and you might not, I really liked the ending. I thought it was a nice twist on some of the other thriller tropes. Then you might want to turn it off when I get to the ending section. But before that, I'll keep it vague. I'll keep it spoiler free. I'll let you know when I get to those spoilers. So in Cold Wallet, you have Billy, who is a young kind of crypto enthusiast. He is taking a lot of advice from Reddit, probably Wall Street Bets, from YouTube, from the various things that are happening in the crypto world. He is very excited about the rise of his fortune, but unfortunately, like much in the crypto world, his fortune can go up very quickly and can go down. And when it starts to crash, Billy gets into a situation where he has to take some pretty drastic measures to try to both rebuild his wealth, but also the wealth of all the other people that bought into this crypto craze. Is he going to be able to do it? Is he going to be able to take on the system? Well, you have to watch the movie to find out. So, all that being said, things I liked about this movie. The first, I really liked the writing. I thought it had some really clever writing for a kind of meme stock crypto film. I wasn't expecting it to be this enjoyable, but it was really well done. I liked the characters. I liked the way that they kind of interacted. I thought the script was like sharp and clever, and it had plenty of like call outs to the crypto craze, which is something I also liked, but I did like that it kind of naturally worked its way into the script. It didn't feel like it was too knowing, but it was definitely in there. The second thing I loved the characters and I love the cast. I thought the cast was great. It's kind of headlined by Josh Brener, who plays the main villain in the film. But the main three characters, Raul Castillo, Melonie Diaz, and Tony Cavalero, are all really great. They play very different characters. They all have different strengths, but when they get together, their different personalities are really fun to see. They clash sometimes. They are funny sometimes. The way that they interact is really good. And I thought that it was just really good performances all around. I really liked Josh Brener as the antagonist. I thought he did a really good job. Also, his character is a little different character than you expect to see from him, so it was fun to see him kind of stretch his acting chops as well. The third thing I love the drama. There is a lot of drama. Look, it's a thriller. You hope there's drama, and there is. There's definitely some tense moments. There's definitely some big situations, some things that happen that you aren't expecting, and that makes this a fun movie to watch. And the last thing I love the call outs. If you or at least following the meme stock craze, or at least or involved in it at all, there's a ton of references to all the things that were happening in that time. There's GameStop references, there's Bitcoin references, Ethereum references, AMC Bored Apes, the kind of like whales of the crypto world. There's all these really fun call outs. There's all these really fun things that you will recognize if you are at all into this scene, or if you at least have read about this scene. And so it was fun to kind of like see them, and they're not like specifically called out. There was one scene I loved where the characters are having a meetup and they meet in a parking lot that has both an AMC and a GameStop. And those are the two kind of like meme stocks when the GameStop stock was being shorted and going crazy. AMC was also kind of in there as well. And so those are like the two main stocks that were the big craze in, I think, what, 2020 or so. And having a parking lot with them and not even like calling it out, just having the meeting be in there, I thought was really fun. And there's all sorts of little things like that throughout the film. And the last thing I loved, I liked the ending. I thought the ending was well done. I thought it was like a natural and like the specific like ending itself. I really liked it. I'm not going to go into it, but I'll talk about it in the spoiler section. But I really liked it. I thought it was a nice way to kind of conclude this whole thing. So all that being said, things I didn't love, there really wasn't much. I actually like this film a lot. It knows what it wants to do. It knows what it wants to be, and it does it really well. It is, like I said, a fun kind of tense drama with some really great characters and plenty of kind of meme stock and techno jargon in it. So if you are interested in that, then I would definitely check it out. That is Cold Wallet. It comes to South by Southwest on March 8th, 2024. And if you don't see it at South by Southwest, keep an eye out because it'll probably run the festival circuit and then I assume go on some sort of like streaming or digital service later on. So I'm going to go into the ending right now. So if you don't want to happen to this movie, I would turn it off now because there will be spoilers. So in this film, you have Billy, who is a crypto enthusiast. He has a lot tied up in crypto. He is enjoying it. This crypto coin called Tulip is going crazy. It's doing really, really well. And he gets his friends involved as well. His friend Dom invests also to try to like ride the wave, try to, jump on this craze. And everything seems to be going well, except one day the tulip coin goes from valuable to essentially zero. It wipes out everyone's earnings. And we find out both Billy and Dom were doing margin bets. So they were, I guess, borrowing from Tulip, the coin exchange, to buy the coin, which is really great. If the coin goes up, everyone makes money. But if the coin goes down, you now owe Tulip. Not only did you lose the money, you now owe them, I guess for the difference or for kind of the expense that they incurred as well. So not only did they lose all of their earnings, they now actually owe money. They're in the red. And this whole craze happened because the founder of Tulip, Charles Hagel, apparently died in a safari in Africa. And so that kind of, he, I guess, had the Tulip coins, and because he was now gone, they weren't able to access it. So that caused everything to crash. Well, Billy is pretty upset about this. He is, distraught. He has to kind of, he is trying to build some money so that he can buy a house for him and his daughter. His wife and him have separated, so he is trying to like show her that he can, be successful, be on his own. He thought that Tulip was the way to do it. It didn't work out, so he is pretty down. But he gets a message from his friend Eva, who finds out that Charles Hagel is actually alive. He's hiding out in a house, and that they're going to go out there. They are going to confront him, get his cold wallet stored, which is the kind of like you can have, I think you can have your crypto stored in either like an exchange where it's online and it's stored on the exchange. But if you don't trust that because exchanges can be hacked, you can also download the keys, I think, to a specific storage, like your own USB drive, your own USB stick that you can control, and so that you can kind of like make sure you have. So you manage the crypto, not some sort of online market. Now, apparently Charles Hagel has the cold wallet storages for the tulip coins, and so they are going to go out to his manor, steal them, and get him to give them all the tulip. Otherwise, they'll expose him or apparently hurt him. So they do this. They get out to the. So they do this. They get out to the manor. You've got the three characters. You've got Billy, Dom, and Eva. None of them have ever done this before. None of them are good criminals. They make a lot of mistakes at the start, but they do eventually get to the house and break in and find Charles Hagel. They take him captive. He seems to be like a meek nerd, and they kind of hold him hostage and force him to get his passcodes and cold vault storage to the house. Now, even though Charles Hagel is fabulously wealthy, he can't do it until the next day. So they have to wait out the night and see what happens. And during the night, things happen, bad things happen, and Charles gets into all of their heads. He starts kind of like playing them one off of each other. He kind of recognizes what each of them wants and tries to like start seeding different thoughts in them. Like for Billy, he knows that Billy wants to kind of be the boss. He knows that Billy wants like to make it big, and so he kind of tries to convince him like, hey, like if you just take it, then you'll have everything. You don't have to share it with anyone else. Trying to kind of like get Billy to turn on his friends, I assume to make it easier for him to escape or to at least, deal with one person rather than three. Now, Eva's plan is she's going to do this process called an airdrop where she's just going to basically take the cold wallet money and distribute it out to everyone who invested in Tulip Coin. Basically, give everyone back their money because it didn't actually crash. As Charles Hagel faked his death, he had the money stored in Ethereum, I guess, in a cold wallet, and so uh, that caused Tulip to crash, but he still had the money. So she wanted to give it all back to the people. And so she has been working on doing this. Charles uses that knowledge to try to get Billy to like stop her. Like, you don't have to give it to everyone, just give it to yourself. Now, a lot of stuff happens. A caretaker comes at night, sees them. He, gets a shotgun to try to stop them, and Billy ends up shooting him. So Billy is now kind of like on the hook. He's turned a bad situation, like breaking, entering, kidnapping, taking the money, to an even worse situation because now someone is dead and they are all accomplices to it. That causes more drama, more things to happen, more kind of like psychological issues. But eventually this gets to Dom. Dom doesn't want to be involved in any of this. Like he just wanted to get his money back. He wanted to like make Charles pay, but he didn't want anyone to die. He didn't want to get like in trouble. So he eventually decides that he's out. And during this commotion, when he's trying to get out and Billy is telling him, no, you can't leave. Like we're all part of this. Charles Hagel is able to get free of his bonds. He cut them with like a piece of glass that he found and was able to get out, go down to his basement and pull out, wouldn't you know it, a crossbow, the perfect weapon for a like strange tech billionaire to have as a crossbow. He goes and now he turns the table on them. They were holding him. Now he starts hunting them. He shoots Eva with a crossbow. He shoots Dom. He tries to shoot Billy, but Billy is able to kind of fight back against him. And Billy is able to hold him hostage with a whale spear. There's all these like whale references to this, which I liked. He's able to hold him hostage with a whale spear and to force him to give the the passphrases to him. So now Billy gets the money. He has the passphrase, and what is he going to do with it? Is he going to keep it himself, or is he going to do the airdrop? Well, you don't really get to find out because the FBI now comes a calling. Apparently, all the activity in the buildup, which I didn't really get, like, it sounds like they were doing all this airdrop on their own. Didn't really make sense to have it be like broadcast out. But they say that all the activity caused the FBI to come to Hagel's place. This forces Billy to run. Charles thinks that the FBI are there to like save him from the kidnapping, so he goes down there, and the FBI are only interested in getting him. Like he faked his death. He is the like architect of this big scheme, and so they arrest him. He's like, "What about the people who kidnapped me? What about the like body in there?" They're like, "Sure, whatever, Charles," and they get him out. Now Billy is able to escape through the basement. He's running. He has Hagel's Ethereum in his account, like in his wallet. But then he starts doing something else. It looks like he is doing something with his phone. He starts doing the airdrop. He starts transferring it. And this is significant because his phone doesn't have a ton of battery. He doesn't get a ton of signal out here. So it's taking a long time. So as he's running, he's initiating the airdrop. And you're like, okay, that's weird. Like, why is he doing that? But he keeps going. He keeps going. And eventually, after running, he kind of collapses. And he looks at his phone and he sees that his phone is now at low battery. But the airdrop is still progressing. It's at like 97%. And so he kind of looks at it and smiles and then kind of passes out. So it seems like Billy decided that he wanted to airdrop more than like try to get help. He didn't like call for help. He didn't use the direction his phone to like try to get out of this place or I don't know, call an Uber or something. He was only interested in the airdrop. And you wonder why. You don't know why. And then the screen goes black. And you're like, okay, that was a weird ending. But then we see his daughter. His daughter is at her mother's house. Her mom comes up to her and she says, "Mom, what is ETH?" Which is a different kind of coin. And she's like, "I don't know, like why?" And the daughter shows her mom the phone, and she has 16 million of Ethereum in her wallet, in an account, I guess, that Billy set up for her. So that was why Billy wanted to do this. He wanted to, probably make right what he did, and also make sure that the Ethereum went out to everyone, including his daughter, who I assume he just gave his kind of tulip coin holdings to his daughter. So that was the reason why he needed to do the airdrop. That was the reason why he wanted to like get this all out there. Um, and so that was really important to him. And you're like, okay, that's really sweet. But what's going to happen? Well, you later see someone driving. You see Eva. Eva was shot in the face, but she was able to survive. She was able to get in the car and drive away. So she is driving. You hear a news report about how like the whole Hagel thing happened, but all the tulip people are getting their money back through some weird anonymous donation. So it sounds like that is making the news. It sounds like everyone is kind of happy that they're getting their money back. And like, okay, this is like a happy ending. I wonder what's going to happen to Billy. Well, we do find out what happens to Billy. The last scene is Billy in the woods. You see his face is blue. He is frozen to death. He's frozen solid. So he did die, but he was able to kind of do what he wanted to do. He was able to get the money to his daughter, show her that he could provide for her, and give her a better life than I think he had. So that was the whole point for him doing Tulip. He wanted to give her a better life, and he was able to at the very end. So that is Cold Wallet. Like I said, I really liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good kind of thriller with some great characters and a lot of kind of like techno references. So I definitely think you should check it out. If you can see it at South by Southwest, do that. If you don't catch it at South by Southwest, keep an eye out for it. I'm sure it'll come to a couple different festivals and then probably go to like streaming or on demand. So thanks so much for watching. If you like this review, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me out a lot. Make sure all my new content goes straight to you. Thank you.